Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming in from Ula Island where the macros are looking to get back to their winning ways because unbelievably they have lost 3 games in a row and actually dropped down to 3rd place this round as they're going up against the Goldenrod Guild who are just looking to get back into the Leaders 8. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the Steel types? Will it be the normal types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
That's right, unfortunately for the Goldenrod Guild, they have dropped out of the Leaders 8, but with a victory here, they will move themselves back up into contention as they start out with Arbor and Dunsparce. It is Magnezone and Copperajah starting out for the Ula macros, and immediately we get the Mountain Gale onto Dunsparce from Magnezone. Surely it should have gone for Arbor, but Dunsparce has flinched, so that is fantastic start, but there is the Shell Smash follow-up from Arbor. It is going to lower its defensive stats, both physical and special, to boost those offensive stats, including that base 125 special attack, as well as boosting its speed here. As Copperajah is going to look to respond, it's going to go for the Hammer Arm, and it brings the hammer down hard with a one-hit wonder. That Shell Smash is followed up by absolutely dominating Arbor out of this matchup. It is eliminated by Copperajah, but not before that Seed Sower ability does get activated, setting up that grassy terrain on the field. That is actually going to restore a little bit of health for the Dunsparce as out comes Snorlax for the Goldenrod Guild, and Magnezone is going to go for the Fury attack, but that is going to be avoided this time by the Dunsparce, allowing it to go for the Grassy Glide, capitalizing on that grassy terrain, but it's still not very effective there onto Magnezone as Snorlax follows it up with the Smog, which is not going to work on the Steel types. They are immune to Poison type moves, which allows Copperajah to respond with the Meteor Mash, getting a great connection there onto the Dunsparce as there is that health being restored by the grassy terrain. Magnezone is going to go for the Dragon Claw onto Snorlax, gets an okay connection, but the Dunsparce is going to go and set up the defend order, so it is going to be boosting those physical defenses as well as that special defense. And Snorlax this time is going to go with the Poison Gas again, going for a Poison type move. What is Snorlax thinking? It needs to get its head in the game and stop thinking about food, as Copperajah is going to go for the Rock Smash. Super effective, but the Dunsparce is able to hold on even though its defenses are lowered. Not that it has much of a defense to work with its health being so low. It is in knockout range even after having its health restored by the grassy terrain. Magnezone easily as well is going to finish it off, going with the Volt Tackle there onto the Dunsparce to take it out of this matchup. And there is a little bit of recoil damage there for Magnezone, as well as Snorlax this time is going to go for the Fusion Bolt. This time it is going to connect, coming down on to Magnezone for that not very effective damage, but Copperajah is going to respond by setting up the Whirlpool onto Snorlax. It does a little bit of damage here at first, but becoming trapped in that Vortex is going to be continuing to do passive damage as that grassy terrain continues to restore the health. That Whirlpool offsets it entirely for Snorlax there, as it is now going to be joined by Ursaluna in that Blood Moon form, and it is massive as it is on the receiving end of a Fire Punch from Magnezone. Ursaluna is going to set up the spikes on the side of the Ula macros, but it is even just towering over Snorlax here on the field, who is going to be going with the Cross Poison again, going for a Poison type move. What is going on with Snorlax here, as Copperajah is going to go with the Avalanche. Super effective there on the Park Ground type Ursaluna, getting a critical hit as well. Fortunately for Ursaluna, it hadn't targeted Copperajah earlier on there, instead setting up those spikes as entry hazards on the side of the macros, as Snorlax is still taking damage from that Whirlpool, but that grassy terrain will disappear from the battlefield. And now we get the Feather Dance from Magnezone onto Snorlax, which is going to lower that physical attack a great deal, as Ursaluna is going to go with the Glaciate. That is going to be avoided though by Magnezone. Copperajah, not so fortunate, is on the receiving end of a little bit of not very effective damage there. Also having its speed low, but it's already the slowest on the field, as Snorlax is now going to go with the Tail Whip. This is going to lower those physical defenses of both Copperajah and Magnezone, boasting that 155 physical defense. We get the rollout though from Copperajah onto Snorlax. That will build momentum every time it connects over the coming turns. They need to target Copperajah here and try and get it off the field, as Magnezone is going to go for the Yawn onto Snorlax, who I'm sure will appreciate being able to have a nap, as it is going to grow drowsy here on the field. Ursaluna with the Forest Curse is going to add that Grass type into Copperajah. They need to go for a Fire type move there on the Steel Grass type, as Snorlax with the Spore but it isn't going to work, unfortunately, on the grass-type Copperaja as that rollout continues, but it's actually avoided by Snorlax now, which is fantastic because they will not be having that momentum built for the Ula macros. Magnezone is, though, going to go with the court change. It's going to move the spikes to the side of the Goldenrod guild. That is a very intelligent play by the part electric type, as Ursaluna is going to go for the rise in voltage on to Copperaja for that not very effective damage, and Snorlax follows it up with the flamethrower. This will be super effective and gets the elimination, taking Copperaja out of this matchup. Fantastic that they added that part grass type into it as well to make sure that that flamethrower would do extra damage. But now Snorlax has fallen asleep on the field. Perhaps it performs best when it's drowsy, as out comes River for the macros, immediately going for the Mega Punch on the sleeping Snorlax and eliminates it from this matchup. A fantastic response by the macros as it's followed up by the Retaliate from Magnezone, and Ursaluna hangs on by a sliver as it responds with the tearful look, and they may be real tears coming from Ursaluna here as it lowers that physical attack and special attack of Magnezone. And it is now going to be slacking coming out for the Goldenrod guild, landing in those spikes, already taking that damage, but immediately it's going to go for that fiery dance. It's going to be super effective here onto Revavroom, getting massive damage in there as well, but Revavroom is going to respond with the facade onto slacking, getting a good connection in response, but Magnezone follows up with the wood hammer, bringing that hammer down, taking Ursaluna out of this matchup with that super effective move. And in the process, there's a little bit more recoil damage for Magnezone when it takes out a Pokemon. And it is going to be Screamtail as the last Pokemon for the Goldenrod guild, coming out onto the field, landing in those spikes. But now we see it terrestrializing on the field into that normal typing, shedding that Psychic Fairy type in here. And it will have that 111 base speed, going up against Revavroom here, but it does have that speed control, immediately going for the Dark Pulse to try and take Revavroom out of this matchup, but Revavroom hangs on, and unfortunately slacking with that Truant ability is going to be left in and Revavroom capitalized with the Mega Horn onto slacking, getting another good connection there, and Magnezone follows it up with the Stone Edge, trying to take slacking out, putting it in knockout range as Screamtail is going to go with the Heavy Slam, doing very minimal damage there to Magnezone, but slacking this time is going to go for the Lunar Dance. Unfortunately, that is a massive mistake and it will fail as Revavroom goes with the Poison Tail, though, to finish slacking off with that critical hit for good measure as well. And now Magnezone goes with the Pin Missile on to Screamtail, doing very little damage with each connection, but if it can get all 5, these will all add up. But Screamtail is all by itself on the receiving end of those 3 connections, but it is going to go with the dive, so it's going to hide underwater, and I'll be hiding from these 5 steel types, as well as Revavroom goes for the Magic Powder, but that will be avoided by Screamtail. Magnezone just needs to not be reckless, but it goes for the Supercell Slam, which is going to be avoided by Screamtail, which means Magnezone keeps going and crashes, and it does take damage there. But Screamtail is actually able to finish off Revavroom, getting that elimination. If it can keep this up, maybe it will be able to have a big impact, but it is on the receiving end of a Power Whip from Magnezone. A great connection as out comes Goodra in its Hisuian form, and now we get the fly from Screamtail, so now it's going to fly up higher, hit underwater, now it's flying in the sky. Magnezone goes with the light screen, setting that up on the side of the macros, making them stronger against special moves, and Goodra is going to go with the Revelation Dance, but there is no target, so that is going to be avoided as Screamtail comes down with the fly onto Goodra. Not very effective, and that Gooey ability does get activated, lowering that speed of Screamtail as Goodra responds with the Gastro Acid as well, suppressing that Protosynthesis ability. And Magnezone does follow it up by setting up the Sunny Day. Fantastic duo work there between Goodra and Magnezone, who's now chowing down on its Leopard Berry, running out of PP, but it does get that restored as Screamtail doesn't get to capitalize on the Sunny Day, goes with the Mountain Gale. Not very effective, but it does put Magnezone into knockout range, who does respond with the Guillotine, and it connects with the Oko to send a dominant message to the entire PokeType League with that Oko, taking Screamtail out and giving the Ula macros a massive victory, ending their 3-game losing streak. This was a horrifying performance for the macros, who are back on the rise, moving themselves back into that top spot. And next round, they have a huge match because they're going up against the Verbank Plasma, who took them out of Victory Road last season. Whereas for the guild, they'll be going up against the Pewter Skulls, but until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.